On May 23, 2026, a lovely lady named Natalie Ward was cruising northbound on Highway 61 in a gray Dodge Journey right near the Missouri state line. She was doing 63 in a 55, which was just enough to catch the attention of Trooper Carter Lazenby. When the blues started flashing, she decided to take her sweet time, rolling another eighth of a mile before finally pulling over onto the shoulder. When ordered to step out, she pretended to hunt for her missing ID, but the second she re-entered the vehicle, she fired up the ignition. The trooper tried to grab her arm to kill the launch, but she mashed the gas and tore away, leaving the trooper to sprint back to his cruiser. Little did she know, she was about to meet the mighty Arkansas State Police in a hard way. Natalie Ward thought crossing into Missouri would save her, but the border didn't mean a thing to the trooper on her tail. She went full throttle, weaving dangerously into oncoming traffic to escape, pushing 115 miles per hour while a very angry ASP trooper is about to pit you must be the most terrifying feeling.
Don't look for 30 seconds, please. Traffic conditions.
A brutal pit maneuver ended the flight, and this is what the ASP boys do. They mangle cars so bad that the suspects have to crawl out through the shattered windshield. The suspect, Natalie Ward, was ordered to climb out of the broken front glass and into handcuffs.
Back to my car! Back to my car! Turn around! Hands up! Turn around!
She was already on the run with a suspended license and an active felony warrant, and trying to outrun the troopers only made a bad situation drastically worse. Now, instead of just facing her original warrant, she's left with a completely totaled Dodge Journey and a fresh stack of high-speed felony fleeing charges to add to her record. After a quick trip to the hospital to get cleared, Natalie Ward was handed right back to the troopers and hauled off to the Mississippi County Sheriff's Office to finally answer for all of it. Winter in the Badger State doesn't just drop the temperature, it turns the asphalt into miles of invisible, frictionless glass. When Milwaukee officers tried to stop RAV4 missing its plates, the driver, fresh out of a local pawn shop, had zero intention of cooperating. Instead of shutting it down, he threw the SUV into reverse, smashed into a police cruiser to clear an exit, and bolted.
Flashing green, coming slowly.
29 just rammed Kinsey squad going south on
Ready to go ahead.
Alright, we're gonna be through Oklahoma, continuing southbound. Passing Lakefield, he's up a couple blocks. Just the smoke is still pretty thick. We're driving with due regard here.
What's the vehicle going back?
It doesn't. There's no plates. Extensive damage to Kinsey's squad. Passing Hull. Speeds are about 60 miles an hour.
The suspect pushed 90 miles per hour on the frozen roads, weaving through traffic with a mangled front end. It was only a matter of time before the car would crash on its own, but troopers needed to make sure no one else on the road got hurt. They stayed right on his bumper, waiting for the exact right moment to move in.
Sorry behind us, clear. 39 behind everything.
All right, through Cold Spring, through the red at Cold Spring. That squad passed me. That squad passed me. Never mind, it's Kinsey's behind me. His squad is damaged. We're coming up to the freeway. Kinsey's taking over as primary.
Doug, keep calling it out.
Rail, keep calling out. Dispatch, we're going eastbound on the freeway from 6 home. Eastbound on the freeway. Went in for a pit. Pit.
Pit, pit, pit. Roll over, roll over, roll over.
The pursuit ended in a total wreck when an officer delivered a precision strike, sending the SUV spinning across the slick pavement until it flipped over. Once the car stopped sliding, the driver, Bobby, started a desperate act, claiming he was trapped in the mangled metal and couldn't move.
We can probably get him right here. Someone help me? Go up? Oh, we can go up. Oh, my legs are stuck. Oh, my legs are stuck, man. They're stuck. Okay. It hurts. It hurts. We gotta try to stand up, okay? I can't stand up. It What's hurts. Stuck? I'm stuck. My legs. Where are they stuck? Leg might be stuck. They're just underneath you. Oh. They're just underneath you. Get out of the car. You're not trapped. He's fighting. Oh no. I'm hurt. Any paramedic?
Officers quickly realized he was lying to stall for time as he actively resisted arrest and refused to get out of the wreckage. After being dragged from the vehicle, a search uncovered a stash of meth, and the judge eventually slammed him with a 16-year sentence for the destruction he caused.
Send it, Jazz. I got it. Send it. Second pit. Stand by. Box in.
It was just another day in Atlanta, but everything changed at 12:39 p.m. when a car break-in went horribly wrong. The thieves didn't just steal valuables, they pulled out firearms and threatened the victim. As soon as the victim called for help, Atlanta police had eyes on the suspects, and the chase was on.
We're still rolling. We'll be in pursuit 20 eastbound.
50-01, I copy. What does traffic look like?
Traffic medium, speeds right now 71, 16 setting up for a pit. No good, still 20 eastbound, speeds are over 90. Medium traffic. Pit.
Pit.
Send it, Jazz, I got it.
Send it, Jazz. I got it. Send it. Second pit. Stand by. Box in. They're throwing guns out. Box
In a last-ditch effort to rid themselves of evidence, the suspects began throwing firearms out the window.
DSP got the dog.
Come on now with your hands up.
I got less.
Okay, don't reach for anything. Keep your hands up. Okay?
Hey, responding units.
Come on.
I need y'all to go to them.
Run on this left side.
Shouldering, get those weapons.
Keep coming up. Turn around.
Do you know what is the real crime here? Their names, Elijah, Raquarez, Marquavius, Jacolby, and Rodriguez. Sounds like a new boy band, not a gang of criminals.
On September 23rd, just after 2:24 p.m., Oklahoma police alerted Arkansas that two suspect vehicles were racing down Interstate 40. At the 3-mile marker, CPL Court Williams locked onto a black Chevy Tahoe with California plates. The chase hit speeds over 100 miles per hour. It was one of the wildest and longest chases Arkansas has ever seen.
10-4, copy, recovered. Taking the 2A. 10-4, 2A. 64 and 6 eastbound.
4, we're going to see that one, that's right.
10-4, recovered from.
Back westbound. Right there.
Corporal Williams went for another PIT, but the suspect hit the brakes, causing the patrol unit to crash into the Tahoe. Williams's cruiser was totaled. Another officer quickly took over.
West Lane 130 coming up through Bridges.
West Lane 130, approaching Bridges.
Officer Colton Gregory laid down spike strips that took out the front left tire. But even on a blown tire, the suspect rammed another truck and kept going.
He's hit another vehicle. Still going. I'm not sure. I think he got good spikes. Passing Walmart eastbound.
Eastbound passing Walmart, possible good spot.
Is he on the rim? I think
He's on the rim. Every time I try for a pin, there's a car coming. There's a tractor up here. Be careful.
we're making a turn. He's correct.
Copy, right out.
The suspect finally lost control and crashed at the intersection of U.S. Highway 64. He ran through backyards, jumped fences, and even tried to steal a car from someone's garage. But the officer stayed close, chased him into a tree line, and finally caught up. Troopers found 240 pounds of meth, over 2 pounds of fentanyl, and $4,300 in cash. On July 10, 2023 in Arkansas, Lerone Gray was clocked at 89 miles per hour in a Camaro. But when the trooper flipped around, Gray hit the gas and took off. His 2 young kids were in the car with him as he pushed it to 151 miles per hour. The chase finally ended with a tactical pit. Gray spun out and stopped across lanes, but before getting out, he rolled down the window, holding up his young son in the front seat like a human shield. Troopers rushed in and found a second child in the back seat. No car seats, no protection, just two kids trapped inside a rolling felony. Luckily, both were unharmed and quickly pulled to safety. Inside the car, troopers found 157 grams of weed and a modified Glock with an illegal switch. Gray admitted the weed was his. He's now facing multiple felonies, including 2 counts of child endangerment.
From a Dodge Charger tearing through Georgia roads to a catastrophic collision with a school bus carrying children, this chase had it all: speed, recklessness, and a dramatic ending. A Georgia state trooper spotted a blue Dodge Charger Scat Pack flying down Hiram Sooty Road, 84 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone. That wasn't just speeding, that was asking for trouble. The trooper flipped on the lights. Frank, the driver, had a choice: pull over or push his luck. He chose wrong. Instead of stopping, he gunned it, weaving through traffic, crossing into oncoming lanes, and turning a routine stop into a full-blown pursuit.
Bad 1050, bad 1050.
The suspect lost control. The trooper approached with caution. Smoke poured from the wreck. Inside, Frank sat motionless. Then a whisper, "I'm sorry." And then shock. A 5-year-old girl was in the passenger seat. Frank had been fleeing with his own daughter in the car. Deputies and medics rushed in. The child was pulled from the wreck unharmed. 2 students from the bus weren't so lucky. Both suffered head and knee injuries.
On August 17, 2024 in Little Rock, ASP Trooper Brandon Walker was cruising when an SRT Jeep blew past him at insane speed, nearly clipping 2 cars in front of it. Walker hit the lights immediately, and just like that, the chase was on.
Off the radio.
The SRT Jeep pushed 150 miles per hour in a 65, blasting through reds and dodging traffic at ridiculous speeds. Walker struggled to close the gap, but never lost sight of him. At around 80 miles per hour, the SRT threw a hard right turn. Its big brakes saved it, but the trooper almost slid into a light pole trying to follow. The gap exploded instantly. With storm lightning hitting Little Rock, Walker pushed back up to 100 miles per hour, searching for the Jeep, but it was already long gone. On September 25, 2022 in Savannah, Rashamel Howard was caught doing 62 in a 35. When the trooper lit him up, he cut into an apartment complex like he was stopping, then made a sharp left and floored it. Howard tore through city streets, running every stop sign in sight. He even went airborne at Forest Avenue, hit 90 miles per hour down Goebel, and drove straight into oncoming traffic on President Street. The trooper moved in with a brutal pit, sending the Malibu into a guardrail. It flipped multiple times, caught fire, and was completely totaled. I don't know how, but Howard survived the crash. Troopers pulled him out, alive but barely moving. Howard smelled like alcohol, slurred his words, and refused a blood test. A loaded Springfield pistol was found near the driver's seat, and with multiple felony convictions, that charge won't be easy to shake. A 21-year-old rider, Hanson Carrillas Escobar, was spotted speeding on I-110 in Los Angeles. When a California Highway Patrol officer tried to pull him over, Escobar hit the throttle, and the chase was on. As speeds climbed, Escobar lost control and slammed into an SUV near North Manchester. The crash was brutal. Debris scattered, officers scrambled, and first responders rushed in with air support and ambulances. Medics rushed him to the hospital in critical condition. After fighting for his life, Escobar died from his injuries on April 23rd. A high-speed decision, a violent crash, and a tragic ending to a pursuit that lasted just minutes. Criminals see the Black Hawk unit rolling up. Most of them wet their pants. But this cocky ATV biker was clearly looking for trouble, and he found it. On July 21st, 2024, deputies were stopped with their sirens activated when they heard a roar and saw the quad tearing toward them down Anvil Block Road at reckless speeds, blacking both lights and the license plate. The craziest part was that he was hauling his pregnant wife on the back the entire time. As he blew past, he taunted the Black Hawk unit and dragged his wife and unborn child into a high-speed pursuit that forced them to face one of the most brutal law enforcement units in the country.
It'll be a 4-wheel on a roll.
Not one of them, it's going to be a 4-wheeler. Reckless driving. I'll be turning right onto Main Coast. 36.
Let's give this guy credit. His handling skills were actually decent as he ripped through yards, navigated the wrong side of the road, and wove through traffic. However, when you've got 3 specialized Black Hawk units locked onto your tail, your odds of running clean dropped to 0. The pressure remained constant, and despite his wife begging him to stop, he prioritized his own flight over their safety, nearly sending her flying as he performed circles on Glenmore Road to lose the deputies.
Eastbound Stagecoach.
Eastbound Stagecoach, not about to land right now. Right, we got him slowing down. Be back down to 0.6. Stagecoach past the Ashford Loop.
Break him! I'll be making a left on to Rolling Meadows Drive.
Up to Rolling Meadows again. He just went around in circles. This city, he just did a home. He's 15 this traffic zone.
The finish line hit hard when suspect Gerald Rashad Blaylock tried to brake check the lead cruiser. The deputy didn't flinch, bumping the four-wheeler and sending it reeling to a dead stop. He bailed off and tried to make a run for it, but it was the saddest, shortest sprint I've ever seen before a taser drop turned his legs to jelly.
I'm down, sir. He's pregnant. I don't care. You shut the fuck up.
He was hauled off to the Clayton County Jail on a massive pile of charges, including felony fleeing and reckless conduct. His wife and child were lucky enough to walk away unharmed that night, but Gerald Rashad Blaylock is looking at a decade behind bars, meaning his kid might grow up hearing stories about a father who put their lives on the line for a cheap, ego-driven adrenaline rush. On April 17, 2022, troopers in Dade City were working a deadly hit-and-run scene when things got even darker. A silver 2005 Chevy pickup came blasting through a crime scene at high speed, running over what was left of a 49-year-old pedestrian and nearly mowing down two troopers. Behind the wheel, 23-year-old Andrew Thomas Crumman, drunk, reckless, and completely out of control.
13 cents. You might want to pit him now. This road turns into a dirt road. Start chase. Successful.
Crumman blasted down US 301 at high speed while his two passengers begged him to stop. But he wasn't listening to anyone. Deputies got ahead and laid down stop sticks to end the chase.
Still eastbound. Eastbound from 470.
Once the tires were shredded, troopers came in with a brutal pit. The Chevy spun out hard, nearly taking out more lives before slamming to a stop on the shoulder. The passengers scrambled out as troopers swarmed the truck and cuffed Crumman. He wasn't running from a simple stop. He was drunk, had just blown through a fatal crime scene, nearly hit troopers, and trapped 2 people in his truck. Now he was facing a stack of felonies that could keep him behind bars for years. 2 armed robbery suspects had no idea the law was closing in as they sat in a stolen Ford F-150 at a Wendy's in Scottsburg, Indiana. The moment local officers pulled into the lot, the suspects hit the gas, kicking off a high-speed chase that would stretch across 3 counties.
Oncoming lanes, continuing eastbound 56. Eastbound 56. Signal 100. Signal 100 call. Hold the channel up, hold it. Speeds 85.
The truck sped east on State Road 56, then north on State Road 3, blowing through 3 counties at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. Multiple agencies joined in as the suspects tried everything to escape.
Northbound Highway 3 approaching 750 south, speed 95. Speed 95, approaching 750 south on northbound 3. Northbound approaching 600 south, there's lights up ahead of us. Northbound approaching 600 south. Lights ahead. Stop sticks on 600 south. Stop sticks on 600 south. 50, 1050. Stop sticks on 600 south. Stop sticks on 600 south.
Troopers pulled off a perfect PIT maneuver, sending the truck off the road and crashing into the grass. The driver, 45-year-old Daniel York, tried to run, but Austin PD officers took him down. The passenger, 62-year-old Everett Klein, didn't put up a fight. He stayed at the crash site and was taken into custody without incident. Daniel York faces 6 new charges, including felony fleeing and stolen vehicle possession. Everett Klein faces 2 felonies. If convicted, both men could spend up to 10 years in prison, even before Kentucky adds its charges.
Police were on alert for a reckless driver flying through red lights and tearing down the road. When officers finally spotted the suspect, they lit him up, but he wasn't stopping. The chase turned dangerous fast. The suspect weaved through traffic, even veering into the oncoming lane. He lost control, flew off the road and rolled the vehicle several times. The impact was brutal. The driver was ejected and thrown several feet.
Faster. Okay. Good. 3550, go ahead. It's supposed to be a white male. You alright?
Tragically, he didn't survive. One wrong decision, one deadly outcome.
On May 8th, 2021, a GSP trooper spotted this Challenger near McDaniel Street, a car that had already embarrassed multiple other units earlier that day. The trooper was determined not to be the next one left, looking silly, but as soon as he pulled into the lot, the driver pinned the throttle and dove onto Interstate 20 West. The open interstate was the ultimate sweet spot for the Challenger, where it simply gapped the trooper and left his patrol car looking like it was standing still. Realizing his cruiser was physically outmatched by those 485 horses, the officer had to kill his sirens and concede the win as the suspect vanished into the Atlanta traffic. Sometimes the bad guys actually pull a fast one. The driver eventually ditched the car at 212 Harwell Place and melted into the neighborhood before the perimeter could close. While the state added another Challenger to the impound lot, the person behind the wheel walked away with a clean getaway. On March 4th, 2025, Trooper Bird spotted a gray Avalon with no license plate, just a tag tossed in the rear window. The car kept drifting over the fog line, unable to stay straight. Bird knew something was off. He lit up the cruiser, and the Avalon pulled into a Circle K. Under the lights, Bird saw the driver watching him closely through the mirror. Then suddenly, he punched it and took off.
Turn the car off!
$1037, a little wrong. 1037. East on Colonel Glenn. Speeds are 70, no traffic right now. Notify LRPD, please. He just crashed out. Before the stagecoach.
As the suspect approached an S-curve near Allard Drive, he lost control and crashed off the road. Before the dust settled, he jumped out and ran into the woods. Backup swarmed the area. K-9s, drones, and officers combed the creek and nearby trees. But by morning, the suspect had vanished without a trace. Later that night, a group of wannabe gangsters stole about $100 worth of alcohol and energy drinks, then jumped into a Hellcat worth around $80,000 to get away. Stealing pocket change items in a car like that makes zero sense. GSP Trooper Matthews spotted them on the interstate, hit the lights, and that bad decision instantly turned into a chase.
All the way over to the right, coming up to 75. Stay in connector south, Yep, stay in connector south. Making his way all the way over to the right again. Still stay in connector south. Passing up North Ave.
The driver pushed the Hellcat to around 150 miles per hour, thinking speed would solve everything. But they had no luck, because behind them was GSP Trooper Matthews, a trooper known for one thing, never losing a suspect in his career.
Just threw out a large bag of what appeared to be cocaine, white powder, center lane. Spinning out, spinning out, spinning out. Stand by. Pit, pit, pit.
Get out! Let me see everybody's fucking hands! Nobody move! Get your hands up! Keep the door shut, get your fucking hands up! Get your hands up!
Trying to go again, Atlanta. Ramming him. Stand by. He's trying to go the wrong way. He's trying to go the wrong way. We're taking Williams Street, going up the wrong way on Williams. Spinning out again. Stand by.
795, I'm taking the secondary.
Trooper Matthews ended it with one clean pit, destroying the Hellcat and the escape plan in the same move. All suspects were arrested and charged with theft, while the driver picked up felony fleeing and more. When Matthews locks in, no one gets away. On April 12, 2021, in Forsyth County, Georgia, deputies located a black Dodge Charger tied to recent thefts after a citizen reported a reckless driver throwing a suspicious bag. Deputies followed the car into the Merchant Square parking lot, where 4 men stepped out of the vehicle. As deputies approached, the suspects jumped back inside the Charger and sped off, forcing GSP troopers to join in as the chase was on.
We got that car stopped. It is an Arizona tag. Like about 4 times it's taken off.
7534.
Radio, we're signal 12 with it, just based on the 39. I believe it's going to be an enter an auto crew. 4 or 5 black males are going north on Highway 9 towards 20.
Radio 6.
Go ahead and notify North and South Precinct, please.
Go to South, please.
Deputies pursued the Charger until they shut it down with a pit maneuver on Buford Dam Road. Inside were 4 men from Chicago, wearing hoodies and ski masks in 80-degree weather.
Get window down! Roll it down! Put your hands in the air! Roll that back window down right now! Roll it! Hey, DJ! Pin him! Hands up! Go down! Radio, we trying to pin them. Get us more units, please.
More units.
Can you see? Can you see? Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Deputies found 2 Glock 17 pistols, a drum magazine, marijuana, and the driver even handed officers a fake ID. Driver Kushan Hawkins was arrested and charged with felony fleeing, reckless driving, forgery, and marijuana possession, with felony fleeing alone carrying up to 5 years in prison under Georgia law. Passengers Javon Sherrod and Cantrell Hawkins were also arrested for possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, a charge that can carry 1 to 10 years in prison. A fourth passenger was released without charges.
On May 6, 2021, a wild chase broke out on I-95 in Volusia County, Florida. It started with a stolen police car speeding down the highway, but things quickly got even crazier. By the end of the day, one man had stolen not one, but 2 police cars. Here's the full story. Deputies were called about a stolen Cocoa police car heading north on I-95. They quickly set up stop sticks, and Deputy Webb managed to slow the car near mile marker 249. A Cocoa police officer then performed a pity maneuver, spinning the stolen car into the wood line. It seemed like the chase was over, but the suspect wasn't done yet.
Watch him. Draw to me. Coming out the driver's side.
As officers surrounded the car, the driver, 33-year-old Xavier Cummings, armed himself with a large pepper spray canister and ran. Instead of escaping on foot, he spotted another police car parked nearby, a K9 vehicle left unlocked with the keys inside. Cummings jumped into the car and sped off.
He's on the move again in a Cocoa K9 Explorer going north on 95. Any other vehicle dealing with them, block your doors.
Delta 32 as I have northbound.
With Cummings now in a second stolen police car, deputies set up more stop sticks. This time, they shredded 3 of the car's tires near mile marker 256. The damaged car slowed down and finally stopped in the median at mile marker 258 in Daytona Beach.
It's underneath the wires. Underneath the wires. In the median.
Officers surrounded the vehicle and arrested Cummings without a fight.
On July 18, 2024, Trooper A. Cass stopped a black sedan going 77 in a 60. The driver claimed she was rushing her child to the doctor but had no license, registration, or insurance, and gave the name Becca Smith. Moments later, she hit the gas and took off, running red lights and blowing through stop signs at nearly 90 miles per hour.
Now you gotta keep giving those speeds and traffic. South on 430, south on 430. Traffic light, D60. Before you get a chance, we go on and do the GDI. We hit it.
The chase moved onto Interstate 430 South, where speeds reached 120 miles per hour. With no signs of stopping, the trooper performed a brutal pit. The car smashed into a guardrail and flipped violently into the median. The impact was violent. The driver was brutally ejected from the car and thrown into the median. Officers rendered aid immediately, but it was too late. She was pronounced dead at the hospital. On March 3, 2023, St. Francis County, a red 2016 GMC Sierra was stolen from Shell Lake Grocery and spotted heading east on I-40. Troopers quickly caught up near the 276-mile marker where the driver, Jeremiah Green, was already pushing 100 miles per hour, and just like that, the pursuit was on. At over 100 miles per hour, troopers hit a pit before traffic thickened. The Sierra spun out, slammed a guardrail, and came to a stop. Suspect Jeremiah Green, just 19, was arrested at the scene. He had no license and an active felony theft warrant from Tennessee. Now facing new charges of felony fleeing, theft by receiving, and reckless driving, Green could be spending years in prison.